Hello, welcome to Unboxing Alyss, the YouTube channel with the purple fox that unboxes things. I'm Alistair Frost, and today we are doing Whinny City Pony merch. Yes! But okay, so we are going to do this a little differently than I have in the past. So this is actually my third shoot of this video. The first two were both an hour and a half. And the second one, the sound cut off after 20 minutes. I don't know why still. So yeah, with those, I guess, demos out of the way, this is what we're going to do. So and it's going to be in the title, but I'm going to unbox pretty much everything from Whinny City itself in this video. And the next video will be essentially everyone else, all the vendors, as well as the charity auction. These will both be released the same day, so it won't matter. They'll just be a part one and a part two. Just a little easier on people for those who want to watch these videos. I know sitting for an hour and a half is a long time if it's not like a movie review or something. So yeah, I'm going to try and cut it down, and I might blow through a couple things fairly quickly when we get on this side. So we'll start and get into it. And our first few objects are actually not from Whinny City PonyCon, but they were from the night before. So we're going to stick medieval times with that group. And the first object you can probably see is this banner, or this little pennant. So I mentioned waving these little pennants every time our knight came out and did literally anything, and our knight actually signed it. I have a picture of our knight from the black and white knight in the last video, but they gave us these little pennants with our VIP tier. You may also hear thunder. The weather's been really, really crazy the past couple days. Actually went to a furry event down in St. Louis, and it stormed the entire way back. It was not a fun drive. But yeah, if you see thunder, I'm sorry. I don't know if I can cut that out. Hopefully you won't, since it's not in my head. The next object is stuck. Okay. So, along with our tier, we got this crown that has our colors for our black and white knight on it. It's very wrinkly and destroyed at this point because I shoved it in the cup. But it was lovely when I had it for medieval times. I believe I actually got a picture of me in it, and I think that was in the last video. This is nothing, but I kept it anyway. This is actually the napkin that came with our dinner, and it lists what we actually ate. So I just thought that was really cool, so I tried my darndest not to use this napkin. And I guess it paid off. And finally, for the things in front of me, in front of you, I have this mug. I did mention getting an alcoholic beverage while we were there. It was colored water. It was not great, but I did like this mug. So I think they're called Steins, maybe. But it's a pretty big Stein, if that is what it is called. And so it will hold a lot of liquid, hopefully a lot of water, because I need to increase my water uptake, what my doctor said. And I've been getting a lot of migraines, so hopefully that'll help. But anyway, it's very, very nice. It just has medieval times on it and the 6 houses, kingdoms, whatever. The final thing for the medieval times group is the magnet I got me mom. I, again, do not have that because I gave it to me mom when I came back. So a picture of that will be up here. So look over there. And that is it for medieval times. There wasn't much with that one. This is going to be fun to put back in. Up. So let's take claw off, put things back. This isn't going to be as hectic because I'm splitting it into 2 videos, though I'm going to be shooting them back to back. That's kind of why I have everything out, even though this first part is only going to cover this side. So let's gently put this down. That mug is very breakable. And I'll put my paw back on. And then we will move on to Whinny City merch. And this first group is going to be everything I got with my sponsor tier. So I was a Pegasus sponsor this year. Oh my God, that's it. And so this bag is everything that came with that tier. I'm going to start with the cutest of things. Shoot, who's stuck? Come on, Sleepy. There we go. Sleepy Bean. He's so cute, or they're so cute. Yeah, they actually do go by they, them. I think I mentioned it in the last video. If I didn't, mention it now. I may accidentally misgender them from time to time, and I'm really sorry, Sleepy. I really am. I'm not trying to. But yes, Sleepy Bean goes by they, them. They are the latest addition to their pony, or their pony, well, yeah, their pony lineup, as well as their plushie lineup. So all the other mascots for Whinny City do have plushies already, and you will see some of them later. But yes, Sleepy was debuted this year, and so he came with, I think, all of the sponsored tiers, like the actual sponsored tiers, and you could buy him separately if you, or I'm sorry, buy them. See, I just did it. You can buy them separately if you wanted them. But no, I always love the craftsmanship of these ponies because they are these plushies because they always look really really good, especially with Sleepy's hair. It just looks, it's very complicated hair, and I love the way they did it. But you see on their flank their cutie mark. That means God knows what, because I genuinely don't know. I know they like to sleep, Sleepy Bean. I believe they also like Jelly Bean, Sleepy Bean. With this dragon tail, what this? I don't know what that is. So seriously, someone give me a rundown of this character because I want to know more about them. They're adorable, but they're a mystery. They're mysterious, adorable pwn, and it's driving me nuts. But yeah, this came with my tier, and I absolutely love it. Sleepy's so cute. So there you go. And they are a Pegasus, I guess. Though looking at like the other plushies, their ears are a little different, and they've got, I don't know, this going on in the back. So I have no idea. I don't know anything about this pony, but they are cute. I'm very happy to have their plush. After Sleepy, I'm done gushing over Sleepy. I have some smaller items that I'll go ahead and unbox just so I don't lose them and I don't forget about them. And I may have to take my paws off of this. Yeah, we're just going to do that. Oops. There goes that thunder. Hopefully there's no blackout. I mean, if suddenly everything stops and I'm in the dark, blackout. We have a lanyard for this year. Green's not really my color, but it does look really nice. It has, shoot. Got deep dish and I think Hoopler on the bottom. I keep folding it over so I can't see. No, deep dish and mushroom mark. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, why is this hard? There we go. So we got deep dish and mustard mark on the bottom. And we got Sleepy and Hoofwork on the top. And of course in the middle it says Whinny City. Well, oh, there we go. There's Ren Fair on one side and then Whinny City PonyCon 2026 on this side. So very lovely premium lanyard. Sleepy, watch that. We have a beautiful pin that has Sleepy Bean on the top in their dragon costume thing, maybe, perhaps. You'll see more of that later. And at the bottom, it's kind of a shield-looking dangly with the other three mascots, Deep Dish, Hoofwork, and Mustard Mark, and it says 2026 on it. The top underneath Sleepy does say WCPC. So that is a very, very nice pen. I love that. And it really goes with the theme very, very well. I'll put that kind of off to the side because I need to wrap it back up in this. And this I showed a picture of in the last video because I just got done editing the video a little earlier this week, so I remember where things were. But these are the earrings I made in the metalworking activity panel thing. So all I honestly need to do is just find like a loop with the like hook, and I can actually turn these into real earrings. I actually do plan to do that. I just need to make sure I can find a sterling silver like post to go in my ears, because if it's not sterling silver or solid gold, I'm allergic to it. And I'm a very good like cheap metal detector. My skin is within like, not even that, like depending on how quickly I start itching where the metal's touching me, that's how cheap it is. And yeah, the nickel free, that doesn't help me either. That still messes with me. Oh my gosh. So those were my tidy items. I'm gonna carefully wrap them up and not lose them. And then just kind of pin this close with the lanyard, and Sleepy can watch all of that. Now they have a job. You have a job, Sleepy. Now we'll get into some slightly bigger items. Go ahead and do this because inside of this is very breakable too. Seeing a lot of mugs this year. So we'll start with a shirt. And then we'll go to the mug. Maybe. Oh god. So here's this year's shirt. I can grab all of the things. Maybe, maybe not. Try. There we go. No. All right. Hopefully you can see that. If not, there'll be a picture or whatever. But I love the design. I love the design of the 4 mascots. I'm not the biggest fan of this color. As I'm a person who honestly hates color, I constantly wear black, but I do wish this was more colorful. Not like the tie-dye shirt from like I think PVCF two years ago, maybe. Not that colorful, but I do wish it was more than like this gray. I think it's gray. So yeah, there's the shirt for this year. Again, love the design, just don't like the color. And nestled in that shirt, to keep it from breaking, is this mug. And this is the drinkware for this year. It says Whinny City PonyCon 2026 Ren Fair on the other one side. And also June 5th through 7th, so June 5th through 7th, not 4th through 6th, at the Hyatt Regency, Schaumburg, Illinois. That's on this side. Beautiful mug. I love the gradient of the brown, and this is definitely on theme. I love the look of this mug. On the back of it, it has all 4 mascots. It has Deep Dish over. See if I can do this right. Deep Dish here, Hoofwork here, Mustard Mark here, and then Sleepy over here. And I think Deep Dish is supposed, and I'll show you this. Oh, and with the poster, so we'll do that. That over there. They all have their little Ren Fair themed attire and whatnot. I'll try and point it out in this poster. So this is one of the 2 posters that came with my tier. There we go. And this is the guest of honor poster, because you can see it has way more than the mascots. So we've got Hoofwork, who's supposed to be a knight. Deep Dish, I think, is supposed to be just like a court lady. Sleepy is a dragon, of course, and then Mustard Mark is an archer. And in addition to them, we have our guest of honor, Chris Britton, playing, oh god, what's his name? Starswell Bearded, a member of the 6 Pillars. We have Kazumi Evans playing Moon Dancer, as well as the singing voice of Rarity and Princess Luna. We've got Lauren Jackson as Silverstream, one of the Young 6 from G4. And then we have Andrea Libman as Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy and others in Gen 4. And those are our BA guests of honor. And of course, we have Agnes as well, who is the artist guest of honor, who worked on the comic. So that is that very, very lovely poster that honestly may go in the basement. That sounds like a downgrade. But again, my tavern themed basement, this works. So I might put this down there. Another reason to do that is because every year they keep giving me long form posters, and I am fresh out of space for long form posters on that wall. That wall that you cannot see, maybe I'll take a picture of it, is my like PonyCon wall. So it's mostly the worthwhile events. Also, TrotCon's up there, and the Crystal Fair from St. Louis is up there as well. But yeah, I can't really fit a lot of these longer forms. I was hoping for the horizontals, but I did not get them. So yeah, these might go in the basement just because there's not a lot of space. But they also do fit down there with this poster as well as the one on the back, also included with my tier. And this just has the mascots. So you just see everybody hanging out in Ren Fairland. That's not that's not correct, but you know what I mean. And I just think it's really cute. I just love the design of this. I think, Agnes did this. So Agnes did this for the convention, and she did an amazing job. I really, really love this. And this will definitely go in the basement. Just, it has the kind of like a watercolor scroll look to it, and I really like that. So I'm putting it off to the side. I don't know if you guys can see it really well. And actually, we're gonna take this, and no, can I do that? No, I'll leave it here for now. Nothing should happen to it in front of me. If something does, then what the heck? Along with my tier and the highest, we get a premium clothing item, and it's usually a hoodie or a sweater. That might be it. I think it's usually a hoodie or a sweater. This year is a hoodie. And it's an all-over hoodie. Put those back later. It is very, very nice. It's also fairly small. I did order a small. I was going by their bust sizes because that is going to be the most important thing for me. And it said I'm close to small. I was like, okay, that sounds way too small for someone like me, especially I'm losing weight, but I'm not thin, and I'm still very busty. So I don't know. It turned out okay. I can close this. I can wear this now. It is a little tight. I was actually thinking about swapping it with a medium, and when I got down there, all the mediums were gone. Because with everything you're seeing here, if you aren't a sponsor or you're a sponsor but certain things are not in your tier, you can buy all of this merch at the con store while supplies last, of course. So if they sell out, that is it. They're not getting, generally they don't get more of whatever they had that year. It's just they sell it until it's gone. So if it doesn't happen to sell that year, it'll go the next year, and you may even see some of it at the sister con, Ponyville Cider Fest, and then vice versa. So since I still need to lose a bunch of weight, not a bunch, but like about, I mentioned before, about 20 pounds, this should fit fairly well. I've had to do this with a couple other hoodies of mine. I actually have another Hell of a Boss hoodie that has the year of the horse. The hoodie is gone off Shock Robot Stock. There is still a t-shirt that has what was basically the hoodie, just without the sleeve design. That one I had to kind of guess, and I got a medium in that. I came in, it closes just like this, but it's pretty tight. But hopefully after 20 pounds, it'll be where it should be. That's kind of the game I played with this. And let me hold this up so you can see it, and I'll stop yapping. Well, I'm not gonna stop yapping, but I'll yap while I show. I'll show yap. So you can see all of the mascots on the front. I can't see them though. So yeah, we've got Hoofwork, Deep Dish, and then on, I think the pockets are Mustard Mark and Sleepy Bean. And on the back, oops, we've got Winning City PonyCon 2026, Ren Fair. I love the decor on like the sleeves. So you got Sleepy's dragon costume and a pennant on one side. You've got the flowers for Deep Dish on the other side. At the end of both sleeves, I can't find this sleeve. Oh god. Okay, I was hold up one sleeve about the same, but not the same. But like this bottom part, I like the armor that would correspond with Hoofwork because it's supposed to be nice. And I think there are some like well, these are probably arrows considering representation from all the mascots. So this is probably the arrows from Mustard Mark. And the top just has like a star on it. I'm not sure what the star is for, but that's fine. Whatever. And it is hoodie, so it has a hood. Very, very nice. And again, I can fit in it now. It's just after I lose the weight, hopefully it'll be a little less snug. And after this, we have this lovely tapestry that I will definitely take a picture. I already have, actually. I've taken pictures of all of this stuff after I tried recording the second time. So everything should be included. This is too big. I can't show you all of it now, but that's what the picture's for. But this is a lovely pet tapestry. I thought it was like a blanket. It's kind of, I guess it could use as a blanket. It's kind of small as a blanket, unless you're really small. Let's see. I thought these sold out too. I can't remember. And all this stuff is usually in a bundle in a charity auction for those who weren't in the sponsor tier. Though again, you can buy pretty much all of this in the con store. Though if you get to the con store and some things are sold out, then yeah, charity auction is going to be your next best bet. I'm going to take off a paw because this is taking too long. There's the top. Yeah, so we've got a folded up corner, which is driving me nuts. There we go. So here, we got Winning City PonyCon, and we have all the mascots. I'm sure it says 2026, blah, 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 blah. on on the tapestry, but it's beautiful. Very, very nicely, very nice and very well made. This is definitely going in the basement. It just fits so well. This and something else I'll show you that's over there. I'll just everything's just gonna get dumped back in the bag. Hopefully after this video, hopefully it gets shot and I have sound and I can start putting all this stuff away. Where's my stupid? There we go. At the very bottom, I've got plastic in my way. There we go. Carefully. Okay, this is why this bag is heavy. He's right here. I went ahead and put both of these in the same bag, but I'll pull this one. Oh, actually, that's not in the bag. I just put them next to each other. This, I'm going to count as merch. This is from that metalworking activity, and at the end, I think I mentioned in that video, they had given us these kits to take home. We got these during the sponsor dinner. But yeah, this comes with a piece of wire. There's a couple washers in there. There is the metal plate you use, so when you're doing this at home, you can hammer on the plate and not on your table. And then obviously the hammer, which again, a hammer, real hammer. When I think I mentioned this in the last video, maybe if maybe I didn't, I don't remember. But I used the bigger hammer to hammer down paint, like clothes paint, when I was cleaning out my garage. So yeah, these definitely work as hammers. And it's just a very interesting gift from a convention, but I love it. I just love that weirdness. I'll carefully put those over here. They're not breakable, but they're heavy, so like I had to be very careful. And I think there's a few comic books in here that I nestled the posters in just so they wouldn't get squashed by that. And I kept like the what do you call it, the mug and everything kind of on top so they wouldn't get squished. And Sleepy was up there too. He's not going to break or anything, or I'm sorry, they're not going to break or anything, but I still didn't want them on marked up. And that is pretty much it. The only other thing to show you are the autographed ponies. They will be over here. I'm not getting them out of that cabinet. It's just not going to happen. The only time I'm going to be getting them out is if I need to clean them again. I've learned the hard way that even though you put them in cabinets, things still get dusty. Don't know how, but they do. So just not as dusty as like if they're just out in the air. But yeah, I will show you a picture of the two Pinkies, Fluttershy, Rarity, and what's her name? And Princess Luna that got signed. So yeah, I have that picture. And that's it for my tier. This was an amazing haul for this tier and for the price. Not to mention all of the experiences and extras I got to do. Just the dinner and the social hour, and it's amazing. I love this. So I will go ahead and take my paw off and put everything away. And I'll go ahead and drop this down. Ooh. On top of the medieval time stuff, apparently. And the poster will just go there for now. I will remove it when I, stop the video and start the next one. So that was all tier stuff. Now this is just extra that I bought at the con store. And there's a couple freebies in here. Come out. So we'll do the freebies last. I'll try and be careful because one of the freebies is also breakable. And actually, before I start, this can be the first thing. I don't know why I grabbed my boobs like that, but whatever. This is not a freebie. This is one of the things I got at the con store. This was the thing that I was really wanting ever since I saw Sleepy being in it, because this tends to be what they wear around. I, again, thought it was just for the Ren Fair theme, but I've seen them in other stuff, and they have dragon-themed hoodies and stuff, so I don't know. So something core with this character. But I saw it, and I wanted it. And it's very comfortable, just like Fancy Glitches or Ponyville Cider Fest. But again, the biggest problem, no pockets. There are absolutely no pockets in this. I searched long and hard. They do not exist. I do not know why that's a thing when it comes to worthwhile Tigus. I have no clue why there aren't pockets. And I'm sure you're thinking, oh, pockets is not a big deal. Kind of is. virtually every Kigo I've seen comes with pockets, even like the mass-produced stuff you can buy like on Amazon or whatever. Those have pockets with them, and they are very useful. I can speak from experience. So I've shown you both my Kigus from Kakoi Beast. So that's the Alyss one I usually wear in my videos. So it's summer now, so probably not for a while. And the Lunar Twilight one, the one I haven't worn yet because I'm afraid to clean it because it's got stuff in it. But with just walking around, like I've worn Alyss to a lot of events. I'm very lazy, so it's easy to just slip this not hoodie Kigu on and just go. It's a lot hotter too. And like when I went to Pride Fest this year, I can't remember if it was like Decatur or Lincoln or where we were, somewhere close to some central Nova. And I wore the Alyss's Kigu there. It was a big mistake because it was hot. But what I love is the fact that there are nice deep pockets in that Kigu, and the same with Lunar Twilight. So I can have my phone here, I can have my wallet here, I can have my keys, and any other smaller and chapstick. It's just nice that I don't have to put a bag over me or like hold a bag with me. I'm already hot, and that's going to make me a little bit hotter. So yeah, with something like this, there aren't any pockets. So if I ever get a chance where I can walk around like this at a con, I usually am probably not going to bother because I'm working a lot of the time. But if I ever do, I will have to either put like my chapstick and stuff in my pockets because I'm wearing capris under this. So I'm just wearing my exercise clothes. That's what I wore this morning to the gym. But I didn't bother swapping to my jeans. But even my capris actually have pockets, so I can put my phone and stuff in there. But to get in it, I would have to undo this, and this is buttons. This isn't Velcro like Kakoi Beast's version of Kigu, or I'd have to wear a bag of some kind. So yeah, I'm not happy about that. But other than that, it's a pretty good Kigu. Again, really, really soft, really comfortable. I think my only other issue is going to be more of a me issue and an issue for shorter people. So I think I purposely grabbed the tail of this thing. I think. I'm going to grab my leg. Tail. There we go. So, dang it. So here's the tail. I noticed, like, just setting up for this video and the others, the tail is a little long, so I will constantly step on it. This may be just a me thing and a short person thing. So if you're like 6 feet tall, the tail's probably not gonna be a problem for you. And it's not a major deal. It's just if I wear this around like at a con or just at home, I'll just safety pin this to the rest of the Kigu so it doesn't dry. But that's pretty much it with the Kigu. Wish it had pockets. But other than that, it's really cute. And I, of course, will have pictures of that because you can't see it very well with me wearing it. But yeah, I was very happy to get this. It's cute. And so next we have Mustard Mark. He's so cute. And he is a he. He is actually the brother, I believe, of Footwork. But very cute plush. I think I mentioned in the last video that this year I vowed to get all of the mascot plushies. And I knew I was going to get Sleepy Bean in my tier. And you saw I have Hoofwork already, thanks to Ponyville Cider Fest and that mystery box. Well, I don't know why I did. Mystery box is over there now. It's actually in a new curio cabinet with, it's just kind of like 2 rows of the Charlieverse or worthwhile events. It has memorabilia from all 3 cons, including MLP, MSP, a con I never attended. The bottom has like miscellaneous con stuff. I think the plushies are from Everfree Northwest. Again, a con I've never attended. And the rest of it is just Wild Mates, a terrible talking horse YouTube show that has good toys, so I bought them anyway. So I love these plushies so much. They just really, really well made. And I wanted to get all of them because for I brought up a curio cabinet because with the worthwhile events, not tiers, but shelves, I guess, the first 2 shelves on the side, I actually have the plushies for MLP MSP. Again, never attended that con, but I was able to get it through the con store during COVID because they had an online convention, and that was when their store was actually open. So I actually do have all of them. As you can see, maybe I can't remember where I put this the focus, but Fizzy Glitch is standing over there from Ponyville Cider Fest. I do need to get Barley Tender and Caramel Malt, but I was determined to get the rest of the characters for Whinny City, so I grabbed me a mustard mark, and he's very, very cute. I really, really love him. I'll put him over there. I was also planning on getting Deep Dish. She wasn't available, and that freaked me out. I was like, "Dang it! I can't get all of them. I'm sad." And when it comes to again with a lot of this merch, it's they sell it until it's gone. With the plushies, I kind of figured they'd be a little bit different because new people come to this convention, they either fall in love with the characters and the mascots like we do, and they want the plushie. Again, bronies are a very plushie loving fandom, but I know it takes a lot to make a plushie for sure, and you want to be sure you can sell them all. I found out that nobody seems to like Hoofwork, like the character. I think a big part of it is his design. Just he is male, and he's more square than that's how the character or how the male stallion. I don't know what the male stallions are male. How the stallions are on the show, they just tend to be bigger, which makes sense. Male mammals tend to be bigger than female mammals, not all the time, but a lot of the time they are. And they just have a more square look to them. But I found out that's not super appealing to a lot of people, unfortunately. Which Hoofwork sounds like a great guy. I love Shining Armor. I love Big Macintosh. There are a lot of stallions in the show I absolutely love. I don't have an issue with the way they look, but it sounds like a lot of people do. But I bring that up because there was just a lot of Hoofwork plushies. Like you could see it when I was going through the con store. They've got their stock behind them, and they're going finding stuff for people. But there was a lot of Hoofwork plushies left over. I feel bad for him, honestly, because I don't think there's anything wrong with the character, and I don't have an issue with his design. He just is going to be appealing to most people, and it's really sad. But anyhow, we're going to move on to the next thing, which is a lanyard. This is a lanyard I'm pretty sure I don't have. It is from Whinny City PonyCon, I believe, 2022. I have no. I want to say it's maybe superheroes or something. I'm not even sure. I have no clue what the theme was, and it is not on here, unfortunately. But the characters are. They've got little chibi versions of Hoofwork, Deep Dish, and Mustard Mark on the bottom. And Sleepy Bean does exist on the top, so they were a thing in 2022. So maybe they showed up for maybe either 2022 or maybe 2021. I don't think they were there for COVID. I think I have some 2020, or I've seen some 2020 or like COVID merch, like their online con that year, and Sleepy's not part of it, so they didn't exist then. But here they are at the top. And it says Whinny City PonyCon 2022. Kind of wish it said the theme, because like this year you saw it said Red Bear. So I don't know what this is, but I just thought it looked really cool. And it was like $5, so I grabbed it. And that's tangled in my paws. We've got a towel, which I will definitely take my paw off because I can't. This is a pain in the butt to get off. There we go. I found it. The storm is raging outside. I'll try this with my paw on. Nope. Perhaps. Yeah, I should be seeing Deep Dish on one side and a horrifying looking Sleepy Bean on the other. Yes, I did it right. So this is going to be like the tapestry. It's big. So I've taken a picture of the full thing. You know what it looks like. I believe this is from 2023, but you'll see in the full picture. It's at the bottom, so I can't see it here. But it's got all 4 mascots, and I think it was Tropical Getaway or Tropical Vacation. The one thing I don't like is Sleepy's face. I don't know why they did this to them, because everyone else has like normal faces. I think you could see them. I get like Sleepy's wearing a mask, and I believe you can see a mask on the back of like Hoofwork, or I'm sorry, Mustard Mark's head. But this is terrifying, and I don't like it. But overall, I do like the towel. It's a nice big size. It was like $20, so it's not expensive either. Obviously, from a con I didn't attend, but still looked cool, and they had some left over. This one was June 2nd through 4th. I'm assuming Schaumburg has, yeah, same place. Oh, let's see. Tropical Getaway. It is 2023. So a few years ago. Whoops. And finally, for the paid merch, I will need to take my paw off for this. These are tiny. And actually, the first 2 videos, I didn't put this in there because I forgot about them. These are little stickers they had this year. Just Whinny City PonyCon with the whole, the logo, but it's in Pride because we had the con in June. So I just thought those were cool, really cool. I got two of them. I was considering putting at least one of them on one of the hammers, so I remember where I got this goofy hammer from. I might. I don't know. I hope they have more of them at PBCF if I go this year to volunteer. I would like to buy more, actually. I think they look really cool. And that is pretty much it for the paid merch. And you've seen this bag before. That was one of those side of it. These are two freebie items. Okay. Let me do this one first. So I mentioned in the last video that they had these pennants of the characters and then one with their cutie marks on it. They were all over the convention. They had a set of 5 of them. I think if you look at my last video, I saw a bunch of people, like, I was taking pictures during the charity auction, and I saw people like huddled together. I think that's what that picture was. I think these were like 4 or 5 people trying to all go in and all bid at once and then just divide up, who they wanted. I'm pretty sure that's what that huddle group was. Like, just put that in. I was like, what is this for? What are they bidding on? I'm guessing it's this. So for non-volunteers, that was the only way to get these pennants. You would have to win them in the auction, and they went pretty high. But other than that, if you were a volunteer, I believe everyone got one. They did ask us, in order of what characters you liked. I put Sleepy first, Deep Dish, I think Mustard, Hoofwork. So I placed him last, and then the Cutie Mark one, absolute like dead last. But I honestly did not care. I just wanted a pennant because they're really cool. So I actually ended up getting the Cutie Mark one, and within like 5 minutes of getting it, I was happy that I got it. Like compared to the others. I'll show it to you. This is going to be kind of big too. Whoops. And also escaping, apparently. There we go. Ah, no. There we go. So you can see, maybe, all of their cutie marks. And I think it has, like, Whinny City PonyCon, da-da-da-da at the end. But these were just all over, and again, the others had all of Deep Dish or all of Hoofwork or, whatever character it was. Looking at this, I actually like this a lot better than just getting one character. I love the fact that the group is represented on this one, and it's also, I guess, a bit more subtle. If this doesn't really affect me, I'm very open about all my hobbies, being a brony, being a furry, being a D&D, the Helloverse, etc. I don't hide my hobbies from people, including like my coworkers. They know I'm in all this weird stuff, and that's fine. I don't care. For other people, they may be a bit more sensitive to that. So if you want to hang this up, but you don't necessarily want to know what people know, kind of where it comes from, this will be about a lot more subtle, just having the cutie marks. I know it does say Whinny City PonyCon at the bottom somewhere, but unless someone asks what that is, they're not going to know it's a My Little Pony convention. So I just thought that was really, really cool. I'm happy I was able to get one of those, and I will take better care of it when I don't have paws. I'm not feeling whirled up decently. This last one was just for helping them put stuff in stores that Monday. I didn't go to the bottle share. I'm not big on alcohol. I mentioned that before. And I don't know jack squat about alcohol, so I wouldn't know what to bring. And they said specifically do not bring like common things. So I didn't go to the bottle share, but after we got done, Charlie gave the glass that they were using for the bottle share back to those who didn't go. So I got this lovely glass. You can see it says Whinny City PonyCon da 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 on the front. On the back, it has Hoofwork on one side and Deep Dish on the other. And they have a cute little, like, stylized, almost chibi look to them, and I really love that. But that is pretty much it. That should cover everything from the con itself. I guess technically barring the charity auction, but I'm going to go ahead and throw that in the second video. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed part 1, and just, yeah, stick around and click on the next video because that's going to be part 2. So I will see you then.